Hello and welcome. Welcome to the TenKei ATM channel. Now, what we have been discussing is, we've been discussing this over here called a total profit target, and this is part 3. Now, I've got to tell you, you want to get into this really freestyle, like I want to relax a bit more. Haven't recorded for a while, I'm a bit tense, but where this number is here, we were talking about what's in the common tab and what the common tab can do for you in part 2, and now in part 3 we're going to talk about the inputs tab. We're going to be breaking this down into really small bite-sized parts, like 5 minutes, no more than 10 minutes anyway. But what we just found out, we're just talking about the total profit target, and now this has just been updated, where we had within this TenKei TPT total profit target, we had this originally, the total profit target, the total stop loss, the auto trading time. That was it, and it worked really well. But there were a couple of things which were a bit sticky, because we were using this program here in conjunction with this program over here, or this EA, or expert advisor, with this expert advisor over here. But this was really ruling the roost, in the sense of we had to rely on the trades coming from this, and this would manage the trades. But now this has been updated where this can actually manage the trades and rule more the roost of what the trades can do. Whereas it's all down here. For instance, locking in profits, saying yes or no to that, locking in profits, how many profits or how many pips you want to lock in, or points you want to lock in. Do you want it to have a trailing stop or not? And when do you want that trigger to be set off, and how far behind the market do you want to trail? Originally that was all in here, it's still in there, but now we've got a mixture of the two, which means this TPT becomes a complete standalone program, which we knew and thought it was a standalone program before, but it's now even better, whereas you don't necessarily need this. Now we are offering this trial period of let's jump to this, 90 days to be using this, the TenKei 7.0 EA and the TenKei TPT. It's 90 days, a 90-day free trial. But here on the total profit target, you've got a 30-day trial, free trial. But this we find is the powerhouse, and we wanted to explain exactly what was in inputs. Now, we found, we were talking about the total profit target, and one may ask, why do you have 13 in here? Well, what we used to do was, we still do, we aiming for 10 points a day. I don't know if you know about trading. If you know about trading, you may aim for 30 points, 40 points, 50 points. Let's come back down again to 30. But I remember at one point trading some years ago, following a mentor, and we're talking about 30 points a day profits. We're talking about 30 points a day loss, stop loss. And during the course of the day, I found I may be getting 15 points or so. But growling to myself, because I thought it's not 30. So what would happen is it'd go to 30, maybe 20, 15, even maybe 20. Go all the way back down to stop you out for 30 points. And eventually it clicked, and I thought, well, my goodness, what am I doing? I just let 15, 20 points go. So why don't I go for a lower amount? So I brought the amount eventually down to, tested it with 5 points. Going for 5 points a day is good, because even if you go for 1 point a day, depending on the pound per point, you're still ahead. You can still be ahead in the month, aren't you? There was one chap who was actually part of that program, or that class, or the group, where he was trading, was it 1 to 5 million pounds a point? So if he made 1 point, he made 1 million pounds or 5 million pounds, a lot of money. Okay, so it makes sense just to be in profit, doesn't it? Any business, as long as it's in profit, that's it. You just keep on, ramping it up, growing upon that profit. But here we were looking for eventually 10 points a day, but Friday being today, generally quiet. You can see over here the markets on the DAX itself, it's red. It was a big day yesterday, coming down again today, but Fridays tend to be quiet. So we thought, well, let's not trade on Fridays, let's just do 4 days a week. But we still wanted 50 points. So if we had 50 points divided by 4, that equaled 12.5. And for a long time we've been setting this for 13 because the previous program we had did not trade in multiples of half points, like 12.5. But what I found just now is I keyed in 12.5, I clicked OK, and again click OK, and over here to the left you'll see here where it says 13, yep, and this is a TPT, this is now changed to 12.5. So that means we can now aim for our 12.5 points per day over 4 days, yep, which is 50 points. And if we decide to do the Friday, that means we can do 12.5 times 5. We end up getting 62 and a half points. Do you get that? Do you get that? Well, you can always rewind and listen to this again, okay? Now, we don't want to take these videos for too long in time, but we're going to come back and we can do a part 4. But right now we can now see here, we just learned something ourselves, that this doesn't need to be 13. If you don't want it to be 13, you can have 12.5. Aim for 12.5 points per day over 4 days, you know, take Friday off, and still look to achieve your 50 points. And that's not even using this program over here. This is just purely using the TenKei TPT with your manual trades or with your own EA program. I'm going to stop it there for now, and we shall be back. Thank you.